Good afternoon and welcome to today's episode of NWCR's Removing a Liberal Blindfold for this, the 22nd day of December in the year of our Lord 2025. Democrats these days do not know what it is to love the country they are in. Instead, they bitch and moan and groan about everything the Trump administration is doing to keep Americans safe. Today's episode tells exactly what I'm talking about. Please like and subscribe to these updates and listen to the end so that we can grow our network and let Americans know just what is really going on, for the lamestream lying liberal media will not tell you the truth. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. Those things will help us go up in the rankings, plus it does let us know what you are thinking. And thank you in advance. From Newsmax comes this one. Homan. Politicians' rhetoric will bring more bloodshed for ICE. The bloodshed will continue against immigration and customs enforcement agents unless the hateful rhetoric from the politicians stops. This is about the hateful rhetoric from the likes of Crockett, AOC, Tlaib, Newsom, Grisham, and others who can't support the border of the United States and our laws, but instead will support the illegals and the ones who are criminals. White House border czars Tom Homan warned on Sunday, "I wish the hateful rhetoric from congressmen, mayors, and governors would stop, because I said back in March there's going to be bloodshed. I don't want more bloodshed." Homan pointed out that the threats against ICE agents are up more than 8,000% and assaults have surged roughly 1,300%. Numbers, he said, are unlike anything that he has seen in the decades in law enforcement that he has had. The Trump administration is taking a zero-tolerance approach toward anyone who interferes with ICE operations, he added, pointing to stepped-up federal prosecutions under Attorney General Pam Bondi. He said the Justice Department is pursuing record numbers of cases involving impeding or interfering with immigration enforcement, as well as physical assaults on officers. "We're sending a strong message," Homan said, adding that anyone who puts a hand on an ICE officer should expect arrest and federal prosecution. The warning came as Homan praised President Donald Trump's border agenda, calling it the most secure border in U.S. history and pointing to steep declines in migrant encounters. Homan said the nationwide encounters fell to just over 30,000 in November, adding that encounters since Trump was sworn in almost a year ago are down 95% compared to levels under former President Joe Biden. Here's what we have to look at. If they're down to 30,000 and they're down 95%, my God, can you imagine how many were actually coming in? "Deportations have accelerated," said Homan, explaining that more than 600,000 illegal aliens have been deported by ICE and that an additional 1.9 million have self-deported. However, Homan said opposition from the political leaders and certain judges has created a more volatile environment for federal immigration officers. "You cross a line, you'll be prosecuted," he said, adding that consequences should apply even if you're a judge. Homan pointed to a Milwaukee County judge. He said he was found guilty of obstructing federal immigration agents during a courthouse incident, describing it as an example of officials in powerful positions attempting to block immigration enforcement efforts. He also raised concerns about unaccompanied migrant children, saying roughly 300,000 children went missing during the Biden years. Homan said the Trump administration has located about 129,000 of those children through a coordinated effort involving the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Department of Health and Human Services. Homan said he wants political leaders to lower the temperature as immigration enforcement ramps up, arguing that escalating threats against ICE officers could lead to more violence if rhetoric continues. The border czar made the comments while traveling in Arizona, where he said he would speak at Turning Point USA's America Fest in conference, focusing on border security and what he described as a shift among younger Americans following recent national events. "I look forward to talking eye to eye with them," Homan said, adding that he wants to explain the administration's border actions directly and counter what he described as misinformation about enforcement. He said the administration's border approach is saving lives by reducing dangerous crossings and limiting fentanyl trafficking, but stressed that protecting federal officers must remain a priority. I don't want more bloodshed, Holman said, but unless they stop doing what they're doing, there will be more. And now we'll remove the liberal blindfold. Now the Democrats are going to go apeshit crazy over this wording, but mark my words, in the day of John F. Kennedy, the Democrats would have totally agreed with him on this. Today is a different story, as they are more into supporting the people who are breaking our laws than the ones who are keeping them or enforcing them. From the Bible, it says from 2 Timothy 2 verses 15, do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who has no need to be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth. We can all see that the Democrats of today would rather support people who are here illegally or criminals than the American people themselves. This is a travesty and must be stopped. Thomas Jefferson once said, I predict a future happiness for Americans if they can prevent the government from wasting the labors of the people under the pretense of taking care of them. Right now, the government is working 100% against what Jefferson said here. The truth has to be in the way that the laws are enforced. The Republican right now are pushing that direction, but the Democrats are pushing the other way. So my question to you voters out here is this: why are you continuing to vote Democrat when they are the ones destroying America? Is that what you want, our destruction? Thank you for watching, and as I will always say, we shall not be ruled. NWCR is heard through Conservative Nation Media, or CNN, from behind that silver microphone of freedom, with the voice of reason in this increasingly unreasonable world, where America always wins. Again, please subscribe to my video accounts on Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube, because we need to start listening to the truth and not the liberal lies that the lamestream liberal papers and the legacy media are always spouting. For they are nothing but lies to try to hold on to the power that they have amassed against us, for their America is a socialist communist nation, not the constitutional republic it was formed as. That is the reason we must be patriotic and vote the right way. Have a good day, and God bless you all.